right? So this is part of intangible asset, research and development. Okay, if you still remember, internally generated intangible asset should not be recognized under Mfrs 138 because it does not fulfill the one of the three characteristics as an IA, which is it is not identifiable. Okay, that internally generated is not identifiable because it cannot be separated from the entity. Research and development can be categorized as internally generated IA. However, R&D is part of Mfrs 138 because the research and development, or specifically the development itself, is a kind of a project that is purposely conducted by the company, and therefore we know that how much cost that is allocated on the development cost. Okay, so basically research and development is comprised of two items here. First, we have a research, and the second one is development, and the treatment is different. For research is basically a process or the activities the company collect information before they start to develop the new product, or improving a current product. So they need to gather information. So any activities relating to gathering information and knowledge that fall under research. Okay, so this define research activity aimed at obtaining new knowledge, the search for application of research finding, the search for product or process alternative, the formulation and design of possible new. So these are all process of getting new information. So that should be considered as research. So the accounting treatment for research costs incurred by the entity during research phase are recognized as expenses in the period they are incurred. Okay, so R&D will take several years. So at the beginning of the process, definitely the company will start with the research activities. So probably it takes 3 years to do the research activities to gather information. Therefore, that for each year in that 3 years, you need to expense off the research cost, okay, into SOPL. Okay, research expenditure or research cost should be treated as an expenses and write off in the SOPL. Why is this happen? Because the probable future economic benefit cannot be demonstrated during the research phase. You just collecting the information. At this stage, you do not know whether you actually can produce a new product or a new improved product so that you can generate income. Now remember, when you did your PPE, the recognition is there is a probable future economic benefit flow into the entity. That is the first recognition criteria. There is a probable future economic benefit flow into the company. So during the research phase, you cannot guarantee that what you are doing now will generate income for the business. Okay, because you have not created the product yet. You are just looking for information. So at this stage, it is not certain, that is not probable. So we do not fulfill the first recognition criteria. That's why we cannot recognize it as an asset. Therefore, we will expense off into SOPL. So this is example, cheesy, undertaking research in certain herbs targeted to prevent the growth of cancer cells since 2012, incurring a total of 5 million. Okay, so undertaking research, and he incurred 5 million. Since the research was expected to be successful, management proposed to capitalize the expected. Okay, they think that, okay, this is going to be successful, so they want to capitalize for 2013 of 8 million. Okay, the development of the new product will be undertaken in 2014 because for R&D it takes several years. So maybe at the beginning you will do the research. Only once you confirm that you have gathered enough information so that you can start with the development of the product. Okay, so all this part research, basically it cannot be capitalized. It must be expense of. Okay. So Chizzy could not capitalize research expenditure that you incurred in 2012 or are expected to be incurred. None of that. Okay. Mfrs138 states that research costs cannot be capitalized but are written off as expenses in the SOPL because during research phase the future benefits are not probable. So this is the only treatment which is expense off into SOPL. However, for the development phase, okay, this is the application of research finding. So at the beginning stage, you have gathered the information. Now you are applying whatever that you have known and you apply to develop the product. Okay, the application of research finding or other knowledge to a plan or design for the production of new or substantially improved materials. And the development phase is further advanced and further advanced than the research phase. Costs incurred during the development phase must be capitalized if they meet all the following criteria. So only if you meet these 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you must meet all 6 criteria, then only you can capitalize development. Meaning that the treatment for development, either you can capitalize if you fulfill all 6 condition, okay, or if you do not fulfill any of the condition, therefore you need to expense off into SOPL. Okay, so what are the 6? The entity has the technical feasibility of completing the intangible asset, because you have to remember, in the end, it must be a probable future economic benefit. So we want to ensure that during the development stage, you have the technical feasibility to complete so that you can earn the future benefit. Second condition, the entity intend to complete the IA. Okay, it cannot be halfway. The entity has ability to use or sell. It must be marketable so that you can generate income. Able to use so that you can generate. You also can use it to generate income, or you sell it so that you get sales. The intangible asset will generate future economic benefit. You cannot come up with a product that does not has any benefit to the company. The entity has adequate technical, financial, and other resources to complete. You cannot say suddenly that you cannot complete because you don't have enough money to spend to complete the development. Okay, you must have all this, all the needs, all the resources so that you can complete the development. The cost incurred during development can be measured reliably. So if you fulfill all the 6, therefore you can capitalize the development cost as an intangible asset. Okay, the development costs that are capitalized are all costs incurred from the date the intangible asset first meet the recognition, including the 6 criteria mentioned above. So the costs comprise all directly attributable costs necessary to create, produce, and prepare the asset for intended use. Example of the directly attributable costs, okay, cost of material and services consumed, so any material during the development, personal costs that you pay, salary, wages, or other employment during the development cost, during the development stage, fees to register legal rights, so any professional fees, amortization of patent license that are used to generate intangible asset, okay, also the amortization part, yeah, not the patent and license is under IA, only the amortization, because normally you treat this amortization as expenses, but if you use that patent and license in the development of the product, the expenses relating to that IA, which is amortization, this one can be capitalized. You can capitalize, okay. Mfrs123, borrowing costs, allow borrowing costs to be capitalized as part of development cost if it meet the criteria for capitalization. So if you borrow money and during the development cost you borrow money and the interest charge on that borrowing, that interest can be recognized, okay. Interest can be recognized as development cost. Okay, now if you talk about amortization here, it is similar. if during the development cost, in order to produce the product, you need to use a machinery, for example, a machine, and machine fall under PPE. However, the depreciation related to the machine, because the machine is used for the development, therefore the depreciation can be capitalized. Okay, because this machine is used in the development. The machine is categorized as PPE. However, the expenses related to the machine used for the development, that can be capitalized. Okay, but other machine that is not used for development, that one goes under SOPL. Okay, so that's all for the R&D. Thank you.